Man is in the hospital after he was shot in his own garage. This happened after a shooter confronted him when he arrived home from work. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here for the news at 4. I'm Andy Sirota. This happened early this morning in the Morgan's Landing neighborhood in LaPorte. Our Bryce Newberry is there live. And Bryce, there are some bizarre details to this one.
Yeah, Andy, a lot of things developed here in this neighborhood this morning. Police tell us that shooter went back and forth past this house a couple times this morning before he then drove his work truck into the driveway, walked into an open garage door, and then opened fire 2 or 3 times. Minutes later, you can see from this surveillance video captured that LaPorte police had to charge toward that armed shooter in a neighbor's front yard. All of this happened around 6:20 this morning. They had to tackle him to the ground and then found a pistol in his waistband, police tell us. He's now been identified as 26-year-old Andres Hinojosa. He showed up here in a work truck. You can see it from our Sky 2 video, but the company told me he was not on the clock when this happened. The homeowner had to be flown to the hospital after being shot in the neck. At last check, he was still in surgery, but his wife and a kid were inside when all of this happened. The wife told me the shooter may have targeted the wrong house after seeing a vehicle that looked like his ex-girlfriend's, but police say they are still investigating.
I would not caution LaPorte residents to be afraid to leave your garage door open in the morning. Overnight, obviously, I would not, but that was not the case in this situation. The individual came home from work, got off probably at 6, and then opened his garage door on the way when he came home. So that's, again, I use that word again, anomaly. That's just not normal for something at 6 to 6:30 in the morning to happen like that.
So yeah, a really eventful neighborhood, or excuse me, an eventful morning for people here in this neighborhood, and really nothing like you'd expect coming or going from work. This afternoon, Hinojosa is facing an aggravated assault charge. He has been taken to jail. Police have not ruled out any additional charges at this point, and I did just text with the victim's wife in the last hour or so. She tells me that she has not been able to see him all day. He's been in surgery. She also says that they don't recognize Hinojosa. They'd have no idea who he is. So there's still a lot of questions during this investigation, and of course also a lot of angst, hoping that her husband can now pull through. We're live in LaPorte. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.